Hello everybody and welcome to the Pixel Academy. I'm here with Bob. Welcome, Bob.
So glad to be here, Mark. It's going to be a great year this year. We've got a lot of exciting things to talk about, I think.
It is, yeah. And in the next 45 minutes, we're going to tell you all about it. And we're going to be joined by some fab guests. So we've got Bob, who's with me. Darren is our Global Product Director for Signal Processing, aka tvONE. Nick Spencer is our Product Manager for Green Hippo Media Servers. And then we've got a guest from Matrix Video, which I'm super excited about, which is Rob Moody. You've been in the industry for years in his field. And then finally, John, video sales leader for the rest of the world. So quite a lineup. This is what I'm going to talk about. So I'm going to introduce the team. I'm going to tell you what our message is. You've probably seen it. It's been all over in social networking. Command every pixel. Bob to explain that, because it's a really strong message. And then we're going to look at products, demos, help you on the tour, and then finally how you can get involved. This is the team. What a good-looking bunch of people, eh, Bob?
It's an amazing group. I mean, experts, the people who are in the field, the people who are behind the curtain, the people who are helping to guide the ship, all coming together. And we're going to do something extraordinary, I think.
Yeah, it's fab. And you can see we've got Ben, who's our CEO. He'll be joining us. Bob, sorry to introduce you properly. You're our Chief Innovation Officer.
Yes.
And we'll dive into what that means in a minute. From product, we've got Darren, Nick, also Zep is coming across. And if you've been a fan of Green Hippo over the years, you will definitely know Zep. Then from marketing, just the two of us. Maria, you may not have heard of her before from the tvONE Green Hippo perspective. She's part of our bigger family, and she works for Ambersphere Solutions, which is part of the bigger Act Entertainment family, and she's our grown-up this year.
Oh, she is fantastic. She has kept us pointed, on track, and just taking care that we're hitting all the marks.
And it's great to have somebody doing that for us. And then we've got Brian, who is the stand manager. And then on the right, wherever you're based geographically, we've got someone coming, and we've invested this year, and we're bringing the full sales team from Europe, Middle East, Africa, and Asia Pacific as well. Plus, also we've got Mitch coming as well. He's our biz dev manager globally. He's coming as well. So wherever you're from, they come and find us, and please do come and find us. We're open to chatting at any point at all. Easy to find. So we're on booth 5D300. If you've been to ISE before and you find it's quite fiddly to walk between the courtyards, when you get to the entrance of ISE, go straight in front of you, up the escalators, across the high level walk, and then you'll be down with us. We're really easy to spot. We're right in the middle of the hall, next door to our buddies at Matrix. You can kind of see from the booths around us, you'll be able to nail down pretty quickly. We've got a bunch of partners, and it's one of the things we've always done, and we've kind of accelerated under your leadership, Bob, is having partners involved. Because if it's just tvONE and Green Hippo gear, people want to know how it will work with this sort of kit.
Well, and I think that's one of the strengths is, and not everybody realizes this, Mark, that tvONE and Green Hippo and Magenta, we're part of a bigger brand group, the Act Entertainment Group, which includes some of really the foremost and most incredible production technologies on the planet, from MA Lighting to Ayrton to SGM and many more. ACT represents the complete ecosystem for control and creativity in installation and in live events. So we're able to bring a larger picture to bear on things. And it is a beautiful, beautiful picture.
Yes, and some other brands you may not have heard before, or you may have. So Densitron are a control partner. So they've written a driver for Calico Pro. So that's going to be cool. They already work with us. They worked in African Parliament already. So we're like upping the relationship. Legrand and Lumens are our camera partners. And today we're talking through a Lumens camera. So double hit. MA Lighting for Grand MA lighting desks. Matrix Video for our IP transport. Netgear for obviously our networking. We're bringing 2 or 3 Netgear switches, including we're bringing a 100 gig switch to show the new ST2110 with Green Hippo. So
absolutely,
I'd like one of those at home. And then finally, our LED is from Unilumin. And then we're on other booths as well. So we're next door at Matrox and MA Lighting, a big part of the ACT Entertainment story.
definitely.
So we're linking up with them. We're bringing, if you've dealt with ACT Entertainment before, Ryan Hindinger is he's the product marketing manager for our lighting division. He'll be there. So there'll be not just the video guys, there'll be lighting guys and sound guys there as well. So we're in multiple places. I wanted to start off though, Bob. The two things I wanted to ask you, and the questions I always get asked, two questions. The first question is, what is digital placemaking?
You know, digital placemaking, I think that we have an industry legacy of thinking about installation, right? And installation can mean a lot of things. And for us, there are a lot of very important parts to the bigger definition of installation: command and control, you know, key enterprise use of AV technologies. But what is changing the industry and changing the marketplace is this proliferation of immersive and interactive media-driven spaces. And whether that is destination retail, such as we see here with our fantastic customer Future Store, and the way that they have created a canvas for major consumer brands to pop up and just create amazing interactive brand experiences right there in the middle of Oxford Circus in London, or right on Madison Avenue in New York City, or coming soon to various places in Western Europe and also the Middle East. This is sort of an example of digital placemaking. Placemaking, this idea that you know, we're going to take interactive media, audio, immersion, and we're going to take a space and create a place. And that's a place where people become engaged, where they have really personal experiences, where they learn, they're educated, or maybe they have an opportunity to buy something that they've always wanted to have in their life. And placemaking is the new term for this. And I think we're going to be hearing about it a lot on the floor at ISE.
And have you got any headlines about the Future Store's installation? Just give us 30 seconds of, if people haven't read about it on our website.
Well, the Future Stores are just an amazing canvas for experience. You know, imagine a space that you go into where literally the floors, the ceilings, the walls, the columns, everywhere you look is media charged and serving media, and all of it is becoming a canvas that transports you. So with Future Store, whether they're doing a big installation for a customer like Mercedes, where they're able to show the incredible engineering that Mercedes brings to bear on their manufacturing and their product, or maybe go into the second space in Future Store and get into an AMG and literally take it for a drive through the, you know, the Tyrolean countryside. This is the sort of experience that's enabled by digital placemaking. Then imagine that Future Store just a week later can restyle that store entirely, and suddenly you're in the world of a major Marvel movie, or you're in the world of a major fashion brand. And I think that this is the future of retail. It is the future of the way that people are going to be engaging with their favorite brands.
Yeah, for sure. And I've said so many times on these webinars and these sessions in the past, is people now want more than just a screen. They want an experience.
And they, you know, they want it to be personal too and reactive. They don't want to observe. They want to participate. And I think that that's one of the key things that makes placemaking different.
Let's have a look at a couple of other installations. This one's a joint tvONE Green Hippo install, and it's more than this space. So if you've read the press release, you'll know that it's this TV studio space. It's also in the lobby, and we're also in a speaking space as well. And once again, this isn't perhaps as glitzy as Future Stores, but it's the same thing. We're presenting immersive video.
Absolutely. And the thing is, and this is why we've settled this here on our theme of command all the pixels, the idea of, you know, what is a pixel? You know, we've broken out of rectangles. We've broken out of the shapes that we're used to. If we look above us, we see lights that are nothing if not actually, in a way, low resolution displays. They're aggregations or collections of pixels that are illuminating, and that if you look at pictures, they are themselves a beautiful thing to see. If you main screens or the main walls, you're looking into something that's not just a way to broadcast information. It can become a window to a world. And in a space here, you can really see the benefit of the entire tvONE and Hippotizer ecosystem working together, with Hippo bringing amazing playback, bringing effects, bringing that interactivity. And you have products like Calico, which are just seamlessly and precisely and intuitively affording you incredible control for what experience you want to happen, where, and
retail entertainment space again. This is another. What I want to do is so you don't just think it's just one type of application or vertical this works with. It works everywhere. DraftKings, isn't it? And I think there's over 1,000 feet of LED here.
And this is just, this is a field we're also seeing proliferating. We are seeing sporting venues that are set up to give the experience of being at a major sporting event without having to be in the stadium or arena. And it's also not limited to the kind of sports that might immediately occur to you. We're also seeing this kind of thing being built around esports. And what it does is it gives again, an incredibly immersive experience. Whereas you might go see your favorite football team and you might be way up in the top of the stadium and everything is maybe looking a little bit small and, although exciting. With these kind of facilities, what's being offered is an opportunity to bring you into the action right on the field, where you can feel like you are part of it. And this is also a big part of what we regard as the power of placemaking, and a reason that you want to command all those pixels.
But of course, the challenge is I've just shown you 3 quite massive installations, and we've got to show this we've got a big booth at ISE, but it isn't the size of this. But look at what we've done. This is going to be gorgeous, Bob.
Oh, I think it's beautiful. And I think that, look, I think a lot of people go to trade shows and they are familiar with it. I see a stand and I see demonstrations of products. What we want to show you is the power of the canvas when you're controlling all the pixels. So you're looking at the booth here and a rendering of the booth, but what we're going to be doing is using our booth to transport you to examples of the kind of placemaking I'm talking about, whether it's on a cruise ship or in a nightclub or in a house of worship or in a destination retail. What we're going to be doing is using our technologies to not just show case studies, but in fact to transport you into case studies so that you can see what actually happens. We will be pixel mapping the lighting above using our technologies. We will be feeding content and directing content to the various displays using our Calico tech stack and our Hippotizers, and all of it being synchronized and controlled with our partners at Grand MA, which, by the way, Mark, when one thinks about that, I mean, Grand MA is the most proliferate common control surface and mechanism for live experience on the planet, period. Nobody has more of their gear in the rooms where it happens, if I can borrow a lyric from one of my favorite shows, than Grand MA does. And they have made an amazing product capable of controlling an almost infinite number of variables, and we are so fortunate to be so closely aligned with them and to be utilizing that to help us give you the command of every pixel.
Right, let's go into some detail, but don't go away. I want your comment on a few things we're going to talk about in a moment. So let's bring Darren in. Darren's our global product director for Calico Pro and other fantastic solutions. Hi, Darren. How are you?
Hello, Mark. Yeah, I'm doing well, thank you. Thanks for this. It's great. Hi, Bob.
Yeah. So
hello, Darren. Always good to see you.
Bringing the team back together. Brilliant. So before we get on to what's new, I thought it would be really useful just to recap kind of how successful the last year has been. I mean, a year ago, we were talking about Calico Pro 1RU, and it certainly found its place in the market since.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's a steadily growing audience for the One U. It's a little bit different to what we've done with the 2U, which actually was the first product we launched a year earlier. The One U was last ISE that we showcased that. In that it doesn't have any modular capability. This one, it just has fixed I/O. But actually, even though it has what seems like a limitation there, there's a couple of outputs and 6 inputs. It's an incredibly powerful piece of kit, and there's an awful lot that you can do with it. And as our sales team talk to more people about this, and we get into more applications, people are finding how powerful this product really is.
Yeah, and so you probably noticed in the world of the internet, I'm wearing my Pixel Academy t-shirt. This is our learning and experience space where you can come and get your hands on. If you could see behind the camera, Bob was so kind to fund a whole suite of one I use. So, well, I've been setting those up, and we've got a big training session the week after I see it. And I love the fact you write down it's not 2 outputs, it's 16 million pixels.
What I love about the One RU is it is a classic example of an 80-20 piece of gear, where you get 80% of the functionality of some of the biggest, most expensive control systems on the planet for routing and scaling and controlling the pixels and having them do what you want. But you get it at a price point and a level of simplicity and intuition of use that just makes it incredibly easy to deploy fast and to then have an amazing flexibility.
Yeah, and if you want to go bigger, this is the 2RU. So this has more inputs, more outputs, has modularity. If you look behind me in the rack, I've got mine here. So I've got my suite of kit there. I've got my Green Hippo underneath, sat in front of that. But equally, I mean, this has been a couple of years now, but this is super popular as well, Darren.
Yeah, extremely popular. I mean, this actually, if from our product portfolio, which if you include the Hippo products, is around 1,000 products in total. If you take all the SKUs, this is our single best-selling product, certainly in my category. So the 2IU has grown from a couple of years ago when we launched, and now, as I say, to our best-selling product. And this does have a little bit more of our past in there. It has modularity as well as onboard I/O. So it has 8 4K inputs, 4 4K outputs. They're all 4K 60, a 10-bit video as well, all simultaneous and all within 1 frame of, or with 1 frame of latency, maximum of 2, even if you process the signal to death. And there's a lot of processing you can do in our devices. Also, we didn't mention, but they're HDR as well. We added that feature last Infocom. So we add features to Calico as we go along with firmware updates. Because it's a hardware product, we can remotely update it and update the firmware. So are you oh, sorry, Bob, go on.
No, go ahead, Darren, finish up.
No, I was just going to say the modularity here, we can add an additional 4 4K inputs, an additional 4 4K outputs, or you can add modules with HD and other sources as well. And on the output side and on the input side, we have 12G SDI.
I think that what I love about the Calico platform is one of the people behind it, and that's Richard Mallett, who is just this genius that we have here at tvONE, and he leads the effort to program this platform, and his abilities in leveraging every ounce of power out of an FPGA chip have enabled us to build a foundation technology platform that really has incredible scale to grow. And we are working feverishly in the background. Darren can absolutely attest to this, because I'm constantly visiting Darren's desk with could we do this? And could we do that? And Darren's answer is yes, we could. Because the Calico that you as a customer are going to buy today, in a year or in 2 years or in 3 years, is going to be doing more and more and more because of the genius of Richard's programming of that FPGA chip and the efficiency of that architecture. It's going to remain latency. It's going to remain massively powerful. As you grow with it, it is going to give you more and more capacity and capability.
And don't think it's just with us. We have a whole team.
Goodness, no.
If you went the other side of that wall, they're all out there. We're all there feverishly doing stuff. Should we look at some new stuff? While we talk about you. So a couple of announcements, and one of these sneaked out yesterday during one of our partner sessions. But we're proud to announce it today. This is Dick's control for Calico Pro, Darren.
Yeah. So this is something that actually we previewed a little bit last December at LDI.
Adding DMX control. Yeah. It at a sneak peek of it, DMX Calico now enables Calico to participate in live event control with a singular point of control, and it enables Calico to function as an incredibly live event screen controller. And when you pair it then with our Hypnotizer media server, you now have the complete kit for flexible, cost-effective, amazingly powerful signal routing, screens control, playback, interactivity, and all of it capable of running and being controlled off the world's most popular control surface for live events. And I will also point out, Mark, that there are more MA certified operators and programmers on the planet everywhere than any other kind of operator. So if your concern is making sure that the technology investment you're making now is going to be supported in the future and that you're going to be able to find people who understand how to control and use it, this is not going to be a problem. You're going to be able to tap the largest pool of programming talent that exists anywhere.
And Darren, how can people try this at ISE?
Well, at ISE, we're going to, as Bob mentioned earlier, the whole stand is completely integrated and together. So from the Grand MA3 control console that we'll have on the booth, I think we have one there, like this one. We can control everything from there, including all of the Calicos that are going to be on the booth, as well as the Hippos. With Calico, it's the integration that we have with DMX Grand MA is not just firing presets either, or switching sources, which is the kind of bare minimum that you expect from a control system. It's a multitude of things. We can do lots and lots of things with the console, and we'll be demonstrating that, moving windows, scaling windows, rotating things, and other integrated parts of the whole event.
Cool. I can't wait to try it. And the other thing I can't wait to see is this.
Oh, yes.
I mean, if you've been on our sessions before, I sit opposite Darren, so I see these things happening, but I'm kind of sworn to secrecy. I can't say anything to anyone, even when you're here for training. I can't tell you. The other day, I saw this being built up, and it looks beautiful. I particularly love we haven't got time to go into today, but I love what you've done with the module design. I love the big fan, so presumably it's quieter than ever before, and by the looks of it, it's super powerful as well.
Absolutely. So the obviously uses Calico technology to provide this. This box itself is actually the kind of same size as our Core Master 2 product physically, but this is a lot more powerful in terms of how many windows it can produce. It has all of the features that you like about the 1U and the 2U, all of the functionality and more. And this is a fully modular system. And just to give you an idea of its power, just briefly here, we've added a lot more 4K inputs to this product. So one of the things that we know is changing in the world is moving away from lots and lots and lots of smaller displays to much bigger LED. That requires less outputs, but more powerful ones and more inputs. And this product can have up to 28 4K inputs, plus another 16 inputs HD, full HD. So it's a powerful machine. 16 outputs at 4K as well, or up to 32 HD outputs simultaneously. And as you pointed out, Mark, there are a few big changes we've made, apart from the fact this is a completely brand new product, all new electronics, new processing, and so on. Is that the one of the problems we've had before is that processors can be noisy sometimes, and that limits where they can be installed on occasion. This has two big fans inside, an intake and exhaust, and that really will quieten the system down. So it can be installed in different types of locations as well. And there's a bunch of other things we'll talk about when we see you on the booth.
Yeah, you've got to come to get the complete picture, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. You know, the one thing that we can tip our hat on is, again, you are looking at a platform that is not built for now, it is built for tomorrow. And this is going to be a foundation for growth for us going forward as formats move towards more and more IP-based formats, as we see resolution upscale and become massive. This is the power tool that you're going to want in your kit to work today, to be able to coordinate and work with all of your formats, your legacy formats and present day formats. And then it is going to be the platform that is going to seamlessly scale into tomorrow as we move to the next generation of signal path and the next generation of use case.
And just so we're all clear, friends, here, this is a Q3 product, but we know that your projects sometimes take 6 or 9 months to come through, so that's why we're bringing it to the show. So just move on to your demo stations, Darren, and we can just point to people where they can actually see products. So this is the MA lighting desk. I imagine it's a XT again, is it? The Grand M XT, and that is controlling Green Hippo, which we'll talk to Nick in a moment, and also the Calico Pro. And you can see the video you can see in front of you. Control all of that, Darren?
Yeah, so Nick is our expert actually with the Grand MA, and he's going to talk to you in a minute, so he can tell you a little bit more about what he's going to do there. But everything is going to be seamlessly controlled. We can control everything from here. Traditionally, of course, lighting desk is control of lighting. Recently, we've added control for Hippo and now Calico. So it's becoming the controller for everything, as Bob said. And it's only going to be more so, and we'll demonstrate those seamless actions there.
And this is true. Like if you look at some of the biggest installations and use cases in the world, whether it's the keynote for a company like Salesforce at Dreamforce, whether it's an experience that you have at Sphere in Las Vegas, whether it is a massive concert tour that you go to see, the controller at the heart of it, the controller that's controlling lighting, video, pyrotechnics, kinetic moving scenery, almost any production facet that you can imagine is this controller, the Grand MA. It is truly becoming the heartbeat of experience.
And don't think because we're controlling with Grand MA, we haven't forgotten our software package, Calico Studio. So that will be on this rear wall here. Screen layout isn't as it is, I don't think, Aaron, but we'll have a PC and you'll be able to control Calico Studio, and that's where the Densitron panel is as well.
Yeah, so the plinth, as you can see, is a little bit away from the wall. The screens are pretty big this year. We normally use smaller ones and become closer. This is a bit more expansive. So that screen there is an 85-inch display, and I think the other one is a 55-inch display, a portrait. So it is kind of as it is here, Marks, and we'll be able to demonstrate the software and the features of Calico and talk a little bit more in depth about the product at this station.
Yeah, so please come and find us on the end of here. This is where all the gear is. So you'll find the 4RU, the 1RU, the 2RU. We're also taking a Choreo View, which is a product we probably worked on 5 or 6 years ago, but we're seeing incredible success again. Choreo View, Choreo Master Micro will be there as well. You talk about Richard Mallett's heritage, that's in there as well. So come and find me or Darren or any of the guys, and we're happy to do a demo. Thanks, Darren. I appreciate you going through all this.
Thank you.
And I will see you on Sunday. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to
Yes,
some more weather.
that's right. Hopefully so. I mean, I'm leaving on Friday, and I'll see you on Sunday, and I'll see all of you hopefully next week. And come and see me.
Brilliant. Thank you, Darren. And Darren introduced Nick a moment ago. Nick is our product manager for Green Hippo, and last year we launched Hippetizer MX. And once again, I mean, that was, I think it was 8 products in a year we launched, and this was, I think this is 6, isn't it? 5 or 6? I can't count quickly enough now.
Nick is the heartbeat of the media server side of this. So it's thrilling to have him here, and I think that he's 6 products. If I'm
6. Oh, you're counting better than I am. Yeah. So Nick, welcome to the session.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, too many products.
Yeah,
way too many. I wouldn't do that many again in one go. But hey, gotta live and learn, right?
Yeah, but it's been, once again, it was a product we've seen huge successful. The market was waiting for our latest iteration, and boom, we hit the market. I think, was it last ISE we sort of premiered it, or maybe it was LDI just before that.
Yeah, last LDI I think was the just before we launched it. I think we were literally a month or 2 before release, and so it's been a super busy year having released it, having them go out into the wild, do some massive shows. I mean, WrestleMania was, I think, the first debut of like MX on a show, and I think there was about 20 or so Kasai's floating around out there doing that show, which was super cool, super fun. So we've learned a lot, made a lot of improvements, and super excited to show up and kind of finish out delivering what the vision was for MX, and get us closer to where we want to be.
And Bob earlier talked about, like, we're an iterative company. We keep on developing. What's new for ISE for MX?
Yeah, I think we're gonna be showing off SMPTE 2110 stuff, or at least all development stuff going well. Zep's hard at work right now, writing code for that as we speak. We're bringing some ST21, or sorry, some 12G SDI output modules. So those are finally coming to market. Those will be showing up and shipping early part of. Excited to bring that and actually have a few of those modules on the booth working, and everyone can have a look at them. And yeah, fine, it may not be that exciting, but I know a lot of projects are super stoked about that. We finally got the OLED screen on the front to do stuff now, which is super cool, exciting. And the Hippo head LEDs actually show a bit more status. I know we're known in the industry for the different colors, but now we've again taken the steps to do more information feedback with that sort of stuff. And then of course the usual, we'll have the Grand MA hooked up, like you said, everything will be controlled there. And we're really excited. We have some fun demos with a camera and some AI generative IMAG feeds, which will be really fun. There's a nice little boredom button that I'm bringing with me. So if anyone's walking around the booth and wants to see something cool, smack that boredom button and see what happens. So
it's one of the things that I love about Hippetizer, and we spoke about it about Calico. These are platforms for growth, right? These are incredibly powerful platforms that will take you into the future. Right now, Nick just alluded to the AI-driven camera effects. That's an example of our philosophy with Hippetizer, which is a framework that allows you to bolt on and put to use your favorite ways of creating content, creating experience, and making it dynamic. Because I think we're in an era, Mark, where the question of what is content is being asked. Because it used to be that we thought of content as something we made, filmed, edited, maybe rendered, and then we would hit a button and play it back. But now, of course, content can be anything from an AI effect on a camera feed to an amazing effect that you're doing in Notch, which, by the way, our Heiko, which is our top of the line Hippetizer, has some of the very best Notch performance of any media servers on the market. and at a price you just can't compete with. And this is our mandate going forward with the platform. We want to open it to creators and to makers to bring the tools they want to create not just content, but experience, and have Hippo be the powerful framework to do that with. And Nick talked about some of the things that had happened right away with Worldwide Wrestling Federation, but we're in big events and spectacles. We're in broadcast. We had a huge, amazing season on America's Got Talent this year, and on some of the biggest tours on the planet with Lana Del Rey over here in Europe. So the Hypnotizer is not just a box that you might put for one use. This is really, for us, our vision of the ultimate framework going forward for creators to make immersive experiences wherever they happen, including Future Store.
And I love the idea, like also the partnering of the products as well. Now we got DMX control for Calico Pro. I mean, I could see a model where every Tekka that goes out the door would bolt in a One RU Calico Pro.
Definitely, and then suddenly you have an incredibly powerful, incredibly cost-effective set of power tools to create an immersive experience, like literally. And the other thing with our technologies is ease of use and their intuitive nature. You're not days away from creating experience. You're hours.
Yeah, and let's just have a look at some of the stuff we're going to be building next week. So I put this here again because I think it's important to point out, Nick, that we aren't just talking about video here. We're talking about lighting and other content as well.
Yeah. So like you say, if you take a look at the floor in here, we have embedded LED pixel strips, same within the ceiling there and the walls. So all of this is going to be controlled within the tvONE Green Hippo family, right? Hippo's going to be driving all of the content that is playing on these pixel strips, all controlled through the Grand MA, and then obviously the Calico taking these Hippo feeds in, distributing them where they need to on all of the screens. So literally, when you walk onto the booth, right, it is the kind of pitch that we give to customers at the end of the day. When someone approaches us and says, look, I want to do a really flexible space, whether it's retail or a bar or architainment type stuff, that's what we wanted to create with the booth and show how our product families can work together seamlessly, not just within ourselves, but with these awesome partners we have like Matrox and with the Grand MA3 to really deliver the vision. You don't have to go out shopping everywhere. You can just kind of have a one-stop shop sort of thing. And we have all the solutions to help, not just with video, but the control elements, the pixel mapping, the any sort of architectural lights or architainment type things that you would want, button interactions. The possibilities are kind of limitless, and it's super cool to be a part of building that and shaping that, and then be able to show you guys, show everyone, what we're capable of and what kind of fun ideas we have cooking.
I love the idea. We're going to make it look like different environments, different times during the day.
Absolutely. We're gonna take you. We're not just going to show you how you could do it. We're literally going to show it happening. So we're going to take you out on a cruise ship. We're going to put you in that Vegas club you've never been able to get past the velvet rope on before. We're going to take you inside a giant concert tour. You're going to be able to get the experience and not just have a clue about a use case.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but when I go to shows now, when it's boring black boxes, that's what, and we've got all of this we're doing ourselves, and then we're adding our partners on top. And talking to partners, I love this. This is a still from a video at LDI, and this is the AI iMag you were talking about.
Yeah, and it's hard to see here, so you'll have to come check it out on the show. But what we're showing here is, that's me talking. Obviously, I'm doing a little interview for Rave Publications, but the image that's on the screen right behind me is actually myself. There's a camera right in the center of the image there. It's pointed directly at me. That's clearly not what I look like. I have a little bit more hair on the top of my head and also on my face, but obviously it's taking my image and generating. I think the prompt for this was sort of an anime style robot, and we really turned the weight way down, so it actually came out more like just an anime cartoon style drawing of myself in a more human like approach rather than a robot. But we have all these settings that you can adjust as well, and like get real time, really responsive feedback. And it's quite a cool tool to play with and kind of spark your creativity of where, you know, where we might be going, where the industry might be going. Even, you know, it's not just limited to us. It's just sort of a, here's a tool we think is kind of fun to play with and explore. So we're really excited to show it off, and that's in partnership with a company called Observatory. So they did a lot of hard work to help us get up and running with that. But yeah, we're super excited. And again, the button will be, I think, right up there by the console, so you can see it. Image will come up on the screen, and sort of you could be a Lego person, I think, or an anime robot, and I think there's a few other ones to pick from.
Yeah, it's going to be loads of fun. I appreciate you hanging with us, Nick, and forward to seeing you again in a few days. It'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Dial over to yeah. Cheers, buddy. Gonna introduce our guest now. We've got somebody from outside of the tvONE Green Hippo or even ACT family. It's quite exciting.
Well, and I'm really excited about it because Rob has been always such a steadfast ally, partner in imagination with us, and the relationship between us and Matrox is a long one and an incredibly fruitful one. We are so grateful to have them.
Yeah,
well, thank you for having me here, guys. Pleasure to be with you.
Yeah, so tell us about what we're doing together. We know we've been living the dream. I think we started talking about it. I remember I talked to you and Cecilia and Catherine last ISE about could we do something together because we're next door to each other. Tell us all about it, Rob.
Well, absolutely, we're excited too. And let's say, and when you get companies working together at a trade show, you know, that normally tells you that something actually quite exciting is happening, something that isn't, you know, hidden in a rack at the back and some sort of smoke and mirrors thing. Public cooperations by their nature are visible and consequently well worth your time to take a look, and that's what we're doing together. And what we'll be doing in Barcelona is exploiting something that is already happening behind you in the Pixel Academy. And you and I are both excited about how that is, and you've already shown a diagram a bit like this one, showing how close we are together. And you would have thought that a cooperation when we're so close, only a couple of meters, is dead easy. But as you and I both know, running a network fiber just a few meters is fraught with administrative obstacles. But we've persevered, we've done it. It goes under the concrete floor now, and live content, whatever that is in Bob's definition, is going to be moving in both directions between the booths. And in one case, it's doing a round trip as well, stopping only for a bit of processing, courtesy of Darren, to add some captions or logos or something before it comes back again. And we'll be. Yep.
So one of the big questions I always get from people is we talk about these standards, ST2110, IPMX, and there's a confusion what IPMX is.
Yeah, agreed. And obviously Nick's already referred to both of them. So we're going to be using open standards to make it happen. IPMX is a relation, a sibling, if you like, to SMPTE ST2110 that the broadcasters have been using at the top end of their facilities for 8 years or so. And this IPMX technology, it was at Infocom, as voted by the paying attendees, the most popular of all the technologies in the educational streams. That means it outdid AI, virtual reality, digital transformation, cybersecurity, all that other good stuff. You would have thought, yeah, everyone wants to know about that, and they did. But more people wanted to know about what IPMX was. This is revolutionizing the AV space. And in case there's any misunderstanding, when I said open standards don't depend on any device, board, code, or anything like that that comes from a single vendor or is steered by a single vendor. And that means that any brand in a cooperation can fail or change direction, whether that's technical or commercial, without compromising IPMX. In other words, no vendor lock-in whatsoever. That's options, or putting it another way, that's risk management in practice. Even the technical recommendations defining the standard, they're no charge downloads on the VSF website. They no purchase, no subscription, no license required. Yeah, this is open standard. And another misunderstanding that we sometimes find, people think that open standard and open source means the same thing. They don't. Individuals can't edit these online documents, although the individuals, of course, are very welcome to contribute to their ideas by joining the VSF work groups. So yeah, I hope that fills in where IPMX sits into the grand scheme of things. It's a superset of that SMPTE ST2110 standard.
You know, and what I think I like best about IPMX, and Rob really said it, it is an open standard. And I think that right now we're witnessing some previous standards suddenly having gates put around them, you know, or some kind of licensing around them, which then makes an incredible investment that technology companies have made in a particular format risky, you know. And Rob put it really well that this is about sort of eliminating risk. What IPMX is going to be is the open, accessible dial tone for IP signal distribution now and going into the future. And it's not one we're going to see a company suddenly put behind a revenue gate. This is truly going to be a format that we can all lean into with trust and assurance that we can build on it. It's going to be robust. And as we all help to co-develop it, as Rob said, it's going to become more powerful, and it's going to, you know, manifest in new ways all the time.
And there's another key factor here, Bob, as well. We're all starting to read that the components crisis isn't as behind us as we thought. There's another one coming based on the fact that our old friend AI is eating up all of the memory in the industry, and that all of us, whatever we make, if it's got memory in it, we're likely to find that the memory manufacturers can't supply quite as much as they used to. There may well be some increase in prices and products not being shipping. An open standard gives you a way around that. It gives you options to maneuver. You can change brand, but keep the open standard if that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Exactly.
So, what else does it bring to the party? In particular, you guys have got some very good AV over IP in your products as it stands. H.264, H.265. Yep. Why are we talking about something else? And of course, the answer is our favorite subject, our customers. They're asking for it. Let's not be churlish about it. High compression techniques like 264 and 265 can deliver very good images. That's why tvONE and Matrox have both. But using less bandwidth usually comes with a cost. And I think most people watching this are going to understand that bandwidth, latency, and quality form a performance triangle, if you like. If you improve one, you typically have to compromise either or both of the others. And of course, there are other factors that come into the melting pot, like reach and scalability and switching time, and they might be affected as well. And users who are operating at the highest performance points tend to want to get the best they can in as many of the parameters as they can. And even SDI, even 12G SDI that Nick mentioned, it's range limited. So there's no perfect transport, but the users aspire to a perfect transport. And that's where IPMX 2110 comes in. It's very close to the ideal. And as I said, in practice, it's the technology that the broadcasters have been using slowly but surely to replace their SDI infrastructures. Now 2110 has got an awful lot of sophistication in it. It's very sophisticated. And IPMX, as I said, is a superset which is aiming to reduce some of that sophistication to enable easier deployment, including using 1 gigabit per second networks, including networks that are not PTP timed. In a nutshell, easier networking, because not everyone has got well-developed network skills in their organization. The other thing that IPMX is bringing to the table is a lot of AV's unique requirements, like HDCP, EDID, RGB, and so on. When I started out, RGB was pretty much the foundation of the broadcast industry. Now it's all YUV. RGB is sort of something you do sometimes. In AV, RGB is everywhere. And of course, as everyone watching this knows, Calico Pro has got superb processing power, marvelous image quality. So if you're using it, you naturally don't want to compromise that by using the wrong transport technology at either input or the output. Green Hippo is wonderful as well. That's why it's got 2110 at its output, and that's what Matrox is bringing to this joint demo. The high quality transport both into and out of the image processor, all the way to,
Let's have a,
and in some cases into, the display.
everybody, we're about to show quite a.
I think Mark was saying, I couldn't hear it, I don't know if you did, Mark was saying that we're about to show quite a complicated diagram. So don't get too phased when you look at it. You'll see the Matrox kit, and yes, they are black boxes in the rack delivering all this AV over IP goodness. And yeah, I'm not going to dwell on that information, but for anyone who's of a true network and connectivity bent, yeah, this is what we're trying to do. We are connecting across the aisle. So a Matrox Avio IP KVM is connecting to a PC hosting the Calico Studio software, and that's going to put the desktop of that PC onto the network, full resolution, full frame rate, full color depth, and with subframe latency by the time that desktop gets to a screen and a work position on the Matrox booth. As I said, we're going to be using a 1 gigabit per second pipe, and we're using JPEG XS as the codec for this. And very important point to make here, the software GUI will be on the Matrox booth, not the tvONE booth. That's us, our two organizations, trusting each other implicitly. And I take note of that. That's important. Additionally, we've got some content from the Matrox booth that's coming the other way. That's a camera feed. It's going to arrive at the network again via JPEG XS and come into the Calico as a 4K 60 HDMI. So I think we've got some simpler diagrams as well, Mark. It's a little easier to understand there. So at that point, we're looking at the control dimension of what we're doing here. This is the KVM bit. So you can see Calico Studio at the bottom. Of course, it's controlling the Calico Pro, but its desktop is going into the Avio 2 transmitter through the network and turning up on the Matrox booth at the Avio 2 receiver, where we've got the mouse, the keyboard, and the screen, giving us the GUI for controlling Calico Studio. Of course, the Calico Pro is putting the kits, the content onto the LED display on the tvONE booth. We are taking a sniff of that content and streaming it, still at 4K 60, through the network across to that control pod, where we are decoding it. And remember, I said that sometimes we take it into the display. That's exactly what we're doing at this pod. Yeah, if you visit the booth, look for the card that's plugged in the side of the LFD monitor. That's the IPMX decoder. That's our convert IP. That's really special in my view. So that gives us A, control of the Calico Studio, and B, visibility in very high resolution of what's being seen on the tvONE booth. That's control. It's a control for the immersive experience. Then, of course, the next bit is more to do with content rather than control, and of course we're still either side of the booth, but the little black boxes change. It started from a camera on the right side of this diagram that fed HDMI into one of our convert IP encoders, which put the content into the network. We've decoded that content, and that's feeding our local monitor that we've called camera feed there. That's showing you the source material. but that feed's on the network. It crossed the corridor, was decoded into HDMI and went into our little Calico there, where it was processed and sent to the screen. But exactly as we saw before, we took that content, encoded it, and sent it back again. This pod on the Matrox booth, we can see the produced feed from the Calico Pro adjacent to the source feed. And Darren's already described how little latency there is in the processing. There's next to no latency that's been added by the transport either. We are earnestly hoping that the people who are standing in front of this pod are going to look at the produced feed and the camera feed and not see any difference between them, except for the added logo captions or whatever it is that the processing has introduced. And of course, at this position, we can also route other signals. There's an NDI camera on your booth. We'll be converting that into the IPMX environment as well. And that's special too. It shows that the NDI can A, exist on a network with SD2110 and IPMX, and B, be converted in and enter the ecosystem that is IPMX. And that's exciting. So we spoke about a lot of history with earlier on, and the next slide is a phrase that we all recognise from the beginning of talkie movies. It's legendary, isn't it? We're going to borrow that and convert it a little bit and say that our director on the day isn't going to say sounds, lights, action. They're going to say control, content, processing. And yeah, that's the theme of our of what we're doing together. That's the ISE workflow. And now back to the director. All yours, Mark.
Fantastic. First time I've been called that. So Bob, you've heard this message all the way through. Can you say what that means to people who are using tvONE solutions, whether they're doing video processing or using our media server? I mean, this brings it to life, doesn't it?
Well, like the spirit of our booth and the fact that we're not, just demonstrating features, but we're demonstrating the effect. We're demonstrating what the features deliver, which is experience. And in this case, I was going to say cooperation, but it is truly a collaboration that we are doing with Rob and with the team at Matrox. We're also showing in a real world deployed way how an AV facility, a command and control facility, a broadcast control facility works, where you have multiple rooms working together, you have multiple spaces, remote locations, all of it coming together on one robust network across one robust carrier with the most amazing endpoints that Matrox has provided. And it's not just simply a feature demo, it is literally a real world use case being shown to you right in front of you.
And there's no smoke and mirrors. We've planned it. We've got our best engineers working on it, and likewise, Rob, you've had your top team on this, and we wanted to create something that had real world applications. If people want to find you at the show, Rob, where will you run the Matrox booth all the time?
Not all of the time. A lot of my time is going to be spent on the AIMS Alliance booth. AIMS is the organisation that product manages and markets the IPMX solution as it's coming to market. We've got a lot of important announcements that will be coming out of AIMS about IPMX at the show. So I'll be spending most of my time there and coming back from time to time to the Matrox booth, of course, for a few meetings that are going to happen there, and of course seeing your good selves next door.
Brilliant. Look forward to it, and also looking forward to your 50th birthday celebrations. Not yours, Matrox's, which isn't that an amazing number, isn't it? I mean, we're only up, I don't know, 36, something like that. 50 years of innovation, amazing.
Yeah, I know. I think that I was going to say, I think I told Rob when I saw him at another show last year. I was telling him about how when my wife and I started our post-production company, we started it with a Matrox DigiSuite, and it was our first nonlinear editing setup. This was about 29 years ago. That's how deep my love for Matrox runs, and my use of Matrox runs. 50 years of innovating, 50 years of pushing limits, 50 years of really bringing the industry into the future. And I just could not be happier that we are adjacent on the floor, but we are adjacent in the way we think and work together too.
And it's 50 years of 50 years of listening to customers and mutually solving problems as well. That's how you get to have 50 years, and you're not far away. You're going to get there too.
You're the best. Thanks, Robert. We'll see you out there, and we all owe you a beer, but we will see you there.
Well, I'll take you up on that one. Take care.
Okay. Thanks for your time today, Rob.
My pleasure.
And to take us home, we got John Hubery.
Oh,
what a treat! And we got John is going to take us home and tell us about all the outreach activity that's happening. Unless you want to talk about Rob. So, well, I can. Oh, no, okay. So we've got a load going on. We've got a booth.
Oh, here's John.
Oh, I was your stunt double for a minute. Welcome, John.
Good luck.
Yeah, so tell us how people can engage with us at the show.
Well, obviously you can come and visit us. We're going to be having a great time out there. We're going to be there all week, having lots of fun. Obviously, there's lots of stuff to show people and to talk about. But we're there to keep the energy going. So not only are you going to be excited to see all of the new products, but we can revive you. And as you can see, we're going to have a booth party on the Tuesday night, which is going to be between 4 and 6. So that should be good fun. There'll be some drinks, some nibbles, some snacks for you to help sustain you throughout the rest of the day. But not just on Tuesday. During the whole week whilst we're out there, we will have just drinks on our stand for happy hour. But if you don't like drinks, you can have coffee, we can have water, we'll have all sorts of stuff. So yeah, please feel free to come and have a chat and relax, take the weight off those feet for a little bit of time as well, and just chat about projects that you've got out there or ideas that you may have. We're happy to talk about pretty much everything with you.
Brilliant. And just from a marketing perspective, I just wanted to say we talked to the whole team and we've cut back on the mountain of paper we usually take. So just from a marketing perspective, we're taking our greatest hits brochures. So Calico Pro brochure, the applications brochure, the 2 one sheets, and the MX brochure. So if you want information before you go to our websites. We've got the brand new tvONE website, which has been out only a few months, and it was Rachel's baby. So she did a fab job on that. Well done, Rachel. But all of us will have this kiosk to use instead. So we've got like an interactive kiosk, and you guys are looking forward to use it, John? Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. It's not a tool for us. It's a tool for you guys, for everybody. Not you guys, Mark, but for everybody out there. As in, come along, and if you can't find anything on the stand or people are busy, then go to there. It'll be fully interactive. You can find out about the Calico products, the Green Hippo products, all of the tvONE products, the partnerships we've got with Matrox going on. So there is something there to help guide you through whatever is going on. So you'll be able to find information about us, what we do, and how we've actually built the stand as well, which is really quite interesting. So yes, if you need any information, go and have a play. It's there for everybody to enjoy and have fun with.
and interact with us as well. We're not just there not to be spoken to. We're there for you. So
absolutely.
We love talking to customers. And here's some ways to connect. So the good news is that the left 2 QR codes go to your email inbox, John, and we'd love to fill them, wouldn't we? And get
absolutely, yeah, absolutely, yeah. So if you want to come and schedule a meeting, scan the QR code. It'll drop into my email, and I can either schedule a meeting with somebody, one of our sales guys, because like we said before, we've got all the guys from pretty much the rest of the world. For the first time for a long time, we've got Rocky who's coming in from Korea. It's a welcome back to Ken Liu, who's not been out with us for a few years now, but Ken is our Asian sales manager, so he's going to be with us this year as well. And then of course we've still got some of the old faithful. Alan will be there again, Alan Greenfield, so he'll be there to talk to you about all of your tvONE needs. We've got Tom Tom Etre for all of your Green Hippo and MX needs. And also we've got Olivier from France. We've got Ollie and Fritz from Germany. We've got Evzen looking after Central and Scandinavian countries, and of course Amit, who's just recently taken over the Middle East as well as India. So yeah, plenty of us there to talk to. More than happy to chat to anybody about anything that you've got going on as well. So yeah, I'd love to send them your way.
And on the right hand side, there's another plug for Pixel Academy. If you want to sign up for a course, so we run them monthly. So February is already over full. We offered it to our partners who are traveling from further away into Europe, and we've got, I think, 14 people coming the week after ISE. But March onward, the bookings are open. So if you scan that QR code on the right, sign up for a course, and you come and, we can spend a good day either talking, showing you all about Calico or Green Hippo or whatever you want. We'd love to show you. And this isn't just a training place. It's the place that belongs to you. We work together, all of us, and we'd love to welcome you to the space. And Bob, you've been a champion of Pixel Academy. We want to make this more than just training. We want to make it a community.
Well, that's exactly it. I think that even as we see some other companies actually moving away from community and maybe again walling technology in or walling opportunity in. I think it's been fundamental for tvONE and Green Hippo. Our success and the success of our products has been about building community, enabling creators to bring your best work and put it in front of people, and for it to be reliable and intuitive and easy and powerful. So Pixel Academy, to me, Mark, is so much more than just a training resource. It's really the foundation and the platform around we're going to build a very vibrant community where the community shares with each other. We bring in information about what we're focused on from a product standpoint, but also we're talking about the state of the art as we move ahead. I know that we've been talking about programming, bringing in experts, bringing in designers, bringing in technologists, and talking about what the future of this industry is, about placemaking, about live events, about interactive and immersive installations, and again, empowering the community with tools and knowledge to create extraordinary things.
Create the extraordinary. That's what we do,
yeah,
isn't it? So this is your space. Our booth is your space as well. Reach out to any of us. And hey, John, do you want the special treat of finishing the webinar? That sounds like cool, doesn't it? Put them on the spot. Take a time and build us up to a crescendo, and we'll then head off into the sun.
Well, for everybody out there, we would love to see you at ISE. To repeat once again, it's stand 5 D300. So yeah, come and see us. We've got some fantastic things to show you. Come and have a drink. Come and say hi. Be great to see you.
Awesome. And thanks for everybody for hanging on. I know we've run over a bit, but the content has been fantastic today. And thanks, Bob, for being here with us as well. It's been great having you in the room with me.
I love it. I love being here, and I love being with the community and being with the users and being with all of this amazing team that are bringing so much power to placemaking, to immersive, to interactive, to audio, to visual, to lighting, to commanding all the pixels.
And there you go. So we will see you in just a few days in sunny Barcelona. Come and find us. And the thing we haven't mentioned, we've got a coffee machine on the booth, which I think we'll need. So it's a big triumph having a coffee machine and keep us going throughout the piece. But thanks for joining us today. Thanks for sticking with us. It's been a blast. And also thank you for all the presenters today. They've given us time when probably they haven't got time to spare for this. And we'll see you next Tuesday.